Namaste, I'm Dhruvika, design team member at Craftangles. Today I have 3 winter holiday cards for you. These are beautiful scene cards and can be created by only using one stencil. These are created with no stamping at all and no dies. So let's get started. The main stencil that we use today is called the Craftangles Christmas stencil, which has got various elements on each sides of the stencil. To begin with, I have affixed this particular stencil on the bottom of the panel, which measures 4 by 5.25 inches, and I've started to blend it with the black ink. Once this is done, I'm going to heat set it using the clear embossing powder so that it looks very shiny. So this is how I have heat set it. Similarly, I'll also be heat setting the Santa and the reindeer. And see how perfectly it looks. It is now time for some ink blending, where I use various inks in blue distress oxide and inks and then create the whole background. For all the details of the inks that I have used, you can have a look at the blog. Once I was happy with my ink blended, I splattered some white acrylic paint to give it a beautiful look of the snow. And this is how a card looks. For the second card, I'm using a pink background for the winter holiday card, wherein I fix the stencil the same way, but this time at the center of the panel. I then smoosh it with the VersaFine embossing ink. This is where I shall be heat setting it with the clear embossing powder. So this is how it looks, and then I started to ink blend using various colors in pink. For all the details, you can definitely visit the Craftangles blog. I then rub over some of the ink that came over on the embossed part and then completely finish the look. I here also traced the hill slope using the same side of the stencil, and I then fussy cut using my scissors, and this was done twice to bring a beautiful layered look onto the card. Once it was all done, I then pasted it and stuck it using the liquid glue and the foam tape respectively for the two hills. Once my hills were ready, I used the Craftangles confetti background and created the snow using the Craftangles texture based in white, and finally completed the look by stamping Happy Holidays in green embossing powder. For my last card, I'm using the same stencil, and this time I am again putting it at the bottom of the panel. This time I'm not doing a silhouette or a white panel, but I'm also blending it in various shades of blue. After the borders were done, I started to prep the background similar to the second card that we made. So I've skipped that particular recording for you, but I've just went ahead with what was really new in this card. So for this one, I did not make or trace the same hill. I rather created my own hill by freehand drawing, and then I fussy cut it over along the line. So once this was done, I then pasted it onto the same panel, and once it was done, I trimmed it over the hung part of the little panel it was there hanging. Using the texture paste, I stenciled some of the snows and the stars from the Craftangles fireworks stencil, and which gave a beautiful look. And then finally, I completed the card by pasting it on to the side folding white note card and stamping the sentiments called Happy Holidays by the Craftangles Holly Jolly stamp set. And then this is how my card looked like. So these were the 3 cards that I made today. I hope you liked it. Please don't forget to subscribe and follow us.